Hello, today we are on board Salus with the crew, and we're going to find out what makes them special on charter with this interview. So, if you guys can introduce yourselves.
Hey, I'm Captain Troy.
I'm first mate and chef Martin.
Awesome. So, how'd you guys get into chartering down here? What's your background?
So I actually started out as a charter guest when I was about 12 years old, and I did that for a number of years, and then eventually decided that the captain had a pretty cool job, and I thought I might try it out. So flew down here, and it was about 4 years ago. I've been doing it ever since.
Very cool. How about you, Mark?
Basically moved down here about a year ago. Was out on a beach and met a charter captain, almost as handsome as Troy, but he told me about the great life of chartering and how my skills as a chef would be very useful on one of these. So here I am, making a dream come true.
And where'd you grow up? What's your background?
I'm Phil. Right?
So basically I was born in Egypt, grew up in South America, Venezuela, Peru, Bolivia. Finally moved to the States, went to college at the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, and then just been learning about different cuisines throughout Central, South, and the Caribbean, and looking forward to cook for you guys something special.
Awesome. So, describe your favorite charter memory and what made it special.
Probably my favorite one out of all of them, with this group so it was two families, and two small children, and then one teenage. And these kids could not get off of the e-foil boards. They were out there in the water all day, every day. We were, I was flying around on the e-foil board with the little girls sitting on the front, crisscross applesauce. So that was a really fun experience for me and for the parents. And then the 16-year-old was just a professional within like 5 minutes. So him and I would go out on excursions to all the different bays around the area, but pretty much just aquatic all day, every day. So we had a lot of fun with that.
Very cool. How about you?
Trying to think of one specific memory. There's so many great ones, but just seeing how much fun and joy for a young kid to see the BVIs or the USVIs for the first time and seeing their face and how clear the water is, it's just priceless.
Yeah, I bet, for sure. So in the off season, what do you guys like to do? What are your hobbies?
I typically go home and see family. I've got 3 brothers that live, one's in California, and then South Carolina, Florida, and parents are back home in Philadelphia. So I just fly around all those various places, see family, usually sneak a vacation in there somewhere cold, because get a lot of heat down here.
Yeah, something different.
Yeah.
Right on. Very cool. How about you, Mark?
For me, I kind of like to stick around the islands, do a lot of fishing, hit some flats. If I get lucky, catch a bonefish. But other than that, just kind of doing that. If I get the opportunity to see family and go see them. Other than that, just excited to get back on the boat.
Yeah, stay around here. Very cool. So, what would you say your best vacation was, and what made it special?
My favorite vacation so far was skiing in Patagonia. So I went two off seasons ago and did about a month there, just backcountry skiing, hiking between huts, and we got 3 feet of snow in the last 2 days that I was there, so I almost canceled my flight home. But yeah, that was just kind of breathtaking being out there.
Wow, very cool.
For me, it would have to be going to Punta Sal over in Peru. Just being out there, seeing the bounty of the sea out there and how it makes all the different kinds of ceviches, and just the food alone just made the experience very memorable.
I bet. Very cool. So bringing it back to the Virgin Islands, what would you say your favorite area is to bring guests to?
My favorite is kind of a hidden spot between Little and a Big Hans Lalik, and you can anchor right in the middle of those 2 islands, and they're deserted islands. There's nothing on them but just goats, pretty much. and you go out there and you will most likely, say 90% of the time, be the only person out there. It's just fantastic. I used to go there when I was off charter and just hang out for a whole week, nobody around. So it's a lovely spot to take charter guests to, nice and quiet.
Very cool.
Only being here for about a year, probably one of my favorite spots are going to be over by Coral Bay, Hurricane Hole. Really nice, calm, beautiful rock formations that you guys can see while snorkeling. And then also during season, conch is very plentiful around there. So really exciting stuff out there.
Yeah, super quiet, super secluded. Beautiful. All right, so on charter, do you guys have any special, unique skills, anything that you do that would make you stand out?
Well, we definitely like to fish. Thankfully, we have a chef on board to prepare everything that we pull straight out of the ocean. So that's pretty awesome. But we're fully outfitted with kind of the best fishing gear that you can get. So
with weather permitting, and then if not, then we're going snorkeling. We're trying to snare a few lobsters if possible. Also, if in season, get some conch. Really like showing people how to be able to pull a conch out of the shell, different ways of preparing it. If you're willing to learn a little bit, I'm willing to teach.
There you go. Show them some culinary school
Yeah.
techniques.
Oh, for sure.
Very good.
On a rainy day, make some bread.
There you go. Very cool, guys. So speaking of food, now, Martin, so what would you say your favorite dish is to make, and what makes it special?
My favorite dish to make is going to be ceviche. I like to go classical Peruvian, especially after my time down there. It's been something that I've been fine-tuning over the years. And it's just great because it has such flexibility. You're able to go ahead and adapt to what island we're on, what vegetables and what fruits are available. That makes it just unique to each charter, so that way everybody can really have a memorable dish that I know will be talked about years to come.
Awesome. Very cool. So who or what would you say influences your cooking style then?
I mean, Peruvian cuisine really has a big influence on my cooking, but just my travels. Good old mom, she definitely gives you a nice little inspiration, and especially regards of being remote in different islands and having to adapt to what food's available and being able to still give you a taste of home. I'm really looking forward to doing that and making every charter a memorable experience.
Awesome. Well, on that note, that's all we have today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to experience anything we talked about today, come down the Virgin Islands on Salus. Thank you so much.
thank you.
See you guys soon.